Cleansing breaths. All right, we'll do a yoga pose. No, I'm sorry. All right, just to crack you up for a second. All right, perfect. Hey everybody, welcome back to the ChatGTM podcast, brought to you by Inktank GTM, reporting here live from the beautiful JW Marriott in Phoenix, Arizona, and I am here with Mr. Chris Johnson of EcoLab, a very small shop probably you've never heard of. Not true.
No.
But Chris, good morning. How you doing?
Hey, good morning. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. Nice to meet you. So there's so much. Well, first off, how are you today? Let's go there. Let's
Great.
Just jump
Great.
in.
It's great to be in Arizona. It's great to be at the conference. It
Yeah.
seems like there's nice attendance, and I already had some really good conversations. So.
Are you an RLC regular? Is this your first show?
First time.
Oh,
First
really?
time. Yeah.
What's your first impression?
It's great. I mean, it's a really informative and a beautiful location, and again, I've had really nice conversations with people, so I'm having a great time.
Are you a fan of Troy Aikman? Are you going to see him during the general session, or was he on the other team?
I'm excited to hear what he has to say. I'm from Green Bay, Wisconsin, so I'm a Packers fan.
Not so much. Yeah, exactly. Cheesehead over here. Okay. Well, Chris, a lot of people know EcoLab, right? But you guys are dipping your toe in a whole new set of waters, and we're talking about that acronym that's on everybody's lips, AI.
Yes.
And you have a new tool that you're bringing to market. What's that tool?
It's called RushReady.
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 Okay. And what is RushReady, and what does it do, and how does it help people?
RushReady is a human-centered AI solution we built with Microsoft to help improve the effectiveness and confidence of DMs and GMs.
How so?
Today, GMs are overwhelmed by the amount of data that they have to deal with and process.
Yes. And they're not analysts.
And it's disconnected in different repositories, and to act on it or analyze it, they'd have to pull in multiple different reports and put them alongside each other, and they don't have the time, they don't have the tools for that. And so we said to ourselves a couple of years ago, what can we do to make their lives easier? And it was just when ChatGPT had all the buzz and people were starting to think about how they could use AI to improve their work. And we said, this is also a really valuable tool for the restaurant space, and specifically for DMs and GMs. And so what if we take all that disconnected data, we bring it to one place, we bring it into one place, we process it, we analyze it, and we provide daily recommendations and reports.
So prescriptive analytics.
Prescriptive analytics.
Okay.
Very prescriptive, focused on how they improve their customer experience, how they improve their speed of service, how they improve their profitability and their sales per labor hour, and overall improve their operation.
So now let's get a little more granular. How are they improving those things? What are the areas it's prescribing and making recommendations?
So the areas that we really focus on are sales per labor hour, which is another measure of profitability.
Yeah.
And then we're also looking at speed of service, which is a good indicator of customer sat, not the only one, but a good indicator. And we look at other issues like premium item sales. And again, when I talk about how, in a traditional restaurant, a GM might have to look at this report to understand, hey, what are my sales look like? What's my labor look like? What's my speed of service look like? By bringing that together, analyzing it, and then every day when a GM comes in, we provide them with something called an after-action report. And that after-action report includes insights and recommendations about what went well yesterday and what didn't, and what can they do differently today and the week ahead to continue to improve their performance. And those insights and recommendations might be very specific. It might say, hey, your speed of service on dine-in yesterday afternoon was 20% higher than it has been typically. So look at your staffing for that. Or it might
What are they doing different? What are they doing different?
What are they doing differently?
Yeah.
Well, one thing is now they just know. In the past, they didn't know. And if you don't know, you can't fix.
Yeah. When you don't measure, you can't fix.
When you don't measure, you can't fix. And so if you make it really easy to understand where they're doing well and where they're not, now they can take action, and we can make specific recommendations around staffing and around speed, et cetera. But now they have that information right in front of them. They get a recommendation to go and address that, and then they can over time, bit by bit, improve their performance.
Fractional improvement.
Yeah. Yes. Little changes make a big difference.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially across big businesses, that's millions of dollars in better behaviors.
Exactly.
Right? Help me here. EcoLab's not known for software.
No. But what we are known for is we've spent the last 100 years working alongside restaurant operators. And as more technologies were coming out, we saw them grappling which one should I use and what can help. And because we know specifically the back of house so well, it put us in a really nice position to identify technologies that were helping some of our customers and some that weren't, and then help kind of say, let's lean in here into this particular space and let our customers know how technology can help them out. And then it led to a bunch of really interesting activities. We partnered with startups. We white label technology solutions. We acquired startups, and then we built some of our own solutions like the RushReady technology.
Okay, so you guys are now creating a development portion of the organization. Was that there a few years ago, or is this a whole
No, this
new
is
endeavor?
relatively new.
Okay.
And it's a suite of technology solutions to help operators improve their back of house operations.
Well, you're definitely qualified to bring it to the market. Right now, you just had to build a product team around that to develop the solution, because you do know these restaurants and these brands so well after 100 years of tribal knowledge that probably very few other people have insights to.
Yeah, and we had to bring the right partners in.
Yeah.
So for RushReady, Microsoft has been our leading partner in developing the technology. We saw the opportunity, we saw some of the problems, they brought the AI expertise and resources. Together we spent over 2.5 years building the technology. It's one of the single largest co-innovation projects they've ever taken part in. We've had over 70 data scientists and software engineers working on it. Yeah, because it's a big opportunity.
Yeah.
And so together with a partner like that, we can build a cutting edge technology.
So essentially, excuse me, and correct me if I'm wrong, as previously a product-based organization, sounds like you're now layering in a SaaS or a solutions-based organization. That's a true statement?
Yeah, and it's a combination of hardware-enabled technology solutions and then pure SaaS offerings. And so we've got everything from staffing modules and checklist solutions to tiny wireless sensors to help monitor fridges and freezers, some IoT, some great IoT, and then we've got this new AI solution. So we really have sort of a wide spectrum of solutions.
And as a fellow GTM guy, right, how's that when it comes to your internal teams? Are your product guys selling these solutions, or are you actually having people that are in SaaS backgrounds that you brought in to help support this?
As you might imagine, it's a combination of both. We're super fortunate to have hundreds of sellers out in the field who are working with customers every day that have built strong, trusting relationships. And so they're able to bring in the technology teams to talk about this new solution that we're offering to help.
So you already have their trusted advisor in place. You have sales engineers or solutions engineers that are there showing it on behalf of the people who have the relationship.
Exactly, and because it's a trusted entity that really helps a lot in sort of getting up and running.
So with companies as big and as established as EcoLab, I love busting a myth about a brand.
Yeah.
Give me a myth bust about EcoLab. What is something people you've heard say about it, but it's not true? Or
I think when people think about EcoLab, they think about a cleaning company. They think about soap, right?
Yeah.
But we have so much more that we offer. We've got a large water treatment services, and we have now these new digital capabilities that we offer. And so I think just the diversity of offerings that we have is really, really surprising.
Wow. Let's pause 1 second. We got a lot.
I apologize. I got a little.
No, you don't have to pause. Well, we can actually do a reset on that one, just that last part, which was bust the myth for us, and we'll start there again.
Okay.
Since these guys are done here.
This really is a pretty good spot.
That's a great sign. Outside of the all right.
Minus that.
Yeah. All right. So go ahead and bust the myth for me about EcoLab.
I think when people think about EcoLab, they think about a soap company.
Yes.
And EcoLab is so much more. We're investing in some of the digital solutions we've just been talking about, but we just acquired a large company that services AI data centers, and we're servicing large. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Can we start that?
Yeah, rattle this. I know.
Okay.
I know. It's how it goes.
Okay.
All right.
We're doing good for that.
Go ahead. Bust the myth for me about EcoLab.
When people think about EcoLab, they think about a large soap company, but we're so much more than that. We're a combination of all these new digital technologies I talked to you that we're bringing to market.
Well, it's such a growth area, right?
It's a huge growth area. But we're also acquiring companies that are servicing data centers, and we're doing so much more in the space. So it's been really fun to see how EcoLab's been leaning in the last several years.
Very cool. Well, Chris, thank you so much for spending time with us. Is this your only show this year? Or are you going to other events?
No. I'm sure I'll run into you at several other shows. NRA coming up here shortly.
And so you'll be at the NRA show?
We will be at NRA,
Okay, are you going to be exhibiting there?
We are, yeah. EcoLab has a really special booth. You should come and visit us.
Well, we're actually going to come and do some coverage for sure. That would be absolutely great. Well, Chris, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
I imagine you're active on LinkedIn. If people have questions about this solution?
Yeah, find me on LinkedIn. Yeah, Chris Johnson at ATL on LinkedIn. Yeah,
fantastic. All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining Chris and I this morning. We'll see you guys later, and stay tuned for more RLC fun. Have a blessed day.